I was very excited because it's a very different film. I don't know why any film on this subject why it was not made before, but I'm really happy that finally somebody has made film on this, and who other than Neeraj sir is the best in this craft. So I'm really excited. It's 10 days, and it's a very interesting film. Just not about a particular event or a particular thing we are making on, but it's with that. I think it's very entertaining film also. Entertaining, intriguing. So people gonna love it.
Tell us something about your role. As we saw in the trailer, policeman, strict policeman. Would you want to say something more about your role?
Because there are a lot of shades to this character, but the only thing I can say right now, because I can divulge much details about the film, because I want viewers to watch the film and then think, oh, this is the film. So there's a much larger message or thing is there behind the film. Just not about the harassment on the name of moral policing. It's much more than that. It's a very larger picture. It's about a thought process, and once you watch the film, you realize what I'm talking about.
So, what do you want to say about the innocent couple, newcomers?
Yeah, they are fantastic here. Obviously, Siddhant, I worked with him before also. But he's a new improved version of Siddhant. I think he took a break for good, I think, and he studied a lot. He did a lot of theatre. I think, traveled across the globe, and he gained experience, which was very, very much needed for him. And he's fantastic in the film. Vedika, particularly, it's her first film, but this girl will go places. I can tell you that. She's just, because in this film particularly, she hardly has dialogues. But without dialogues, just speaking with your eyes, it's a very tough thing for any actor, and she has done it wonderfully. So I think she has a very bright future, and I'm really happy to work with both of them. And their Kishore Kadam sir, which is a phenomenal actor. I loved working with him, and the kind of knowledge we gain out of Kishore sir, I think it's needed for any actor. And Bhumika ji, obviously, been a fan, and fortunately I got a chance to work with her. She's still the same and an amazing actor. So really loved working with all these guys.
Okay, so after the trailer came out, in the end of the trailer, क्या हुआ था नेहा को उस रात? So did people ask you about it?
In my life, it's full of questions. The first question came around 5-6 years back when they asked me, Kattappa ne Bahubali ko kyun mara? Then the second question came around 3 years back, कि लोनावाला में क्या हुआ था? The third question is, गाड़ी में क्या हुआ था? So these questions are good for me, I think, and the answer you will get when the film will release and you will watch the film. So
do you give a hint to the people?
Yeah, obviously it's a hint that this film is good, because whenever I did something which has questions in it, it came out successful. So hopefully.
So do you think your personality and your voice made this role do very easy?
I don't know, yeah. That is the call which a producer or a director takes. I am an actor. I am not in love with myself. So I don't know. I'm a very conscious guy. So, nobody knows their own voice. There's nothing new to it. But other people who listen to it, they can tell the difference. Okay, your voice is good or bad. So I'm not really concentrating on myself in terms of my voice or my looks or my height build, because then you become complacent that, okay, fine, I have this, then why to work hard? So I completely, avoid these thoughts about my personality or my physical structure or my voice. I just want to concentrate on acting, and that's it.
And what is the one thing that you look for this role? When you started shooting for them, what was the one special thing that you looked?
It's a very tough role, I would say. It's to get into the skin of this character was because there's not a single iota of me in this character. I can't think like Mangesh Zadar. I can't operate like Mangesh Yadav. So it was completely a stranger. So it's very difficult to imagine and then execute it. So I think one thing what I did, that's my normal procedure. On the first day of shoot, I get ready in my look, whatever has been decided by the director, and then I sit alone for some time to convince myself in front of the mirror that on this set from today I am not Andsharad Kelkar, I am so and so. So for this character also, it took time to convince myself, okay, you want to do this now, which you never imagined also in your worst thoughts also, you will be such kind of person, but then you are an actor, you have to think like him. So that process is very important for me in every role or every film what I do. So for this character also I convinced myself, now on this side, you're Mangesh Yadav.
So the intention in your eyes, as we can see in the poster also, the poster, the intention, the strictness, there are so many things in the role.
Yeah.
So how do you get those intentions? Is it natural or?
I think once you're convinced from inside that you are this character, I think things comes automatically. And I'm not a person who is a method actor who will sit in your room and then feel or live that life. I'm not like that. But with this character, I was a little troubled. I'll be very honest. I think this is the only film in which I took the character to my home. I was like really troubled, disgusted. I was a little upset about it, and that I discussed with Neeraj sir also. I went to his office and I told him, sir, this is the first ever role where I'm not comfortable post shoot also. Every day I come home and I'm not getting sleep. I'm a little, anxiety is there. I'm a little disturbed and I'm feeling bad about it. So he said, are you feeling bad? Are you feeling disgusted? I said, yes. He said, that means you have done good. So keep doing that. Neeraj sir, he is very straightforward and he tells you in very less words what exactly he means. So I think that was a fact also and encouragement also for me, those few words. And I think that kept me going without thinking about the trouble and the torture which I was going through as an actor. So that's actor's life. You have to do something which sometimes is not very comfortable for you, or so I just did it. Let's see how audience responds.
So did you had a difficult days?
Yeah, and basically not days, nights, because you're shooting in nights. So days were very difficult. When night you're shooting, you know what you're doing. But in days, yes, I was really troubled. I was really troubled. Normally I'm quite happy. I go home and I act all the scenes in front of my wife. That this scene I have done like this scene I have done like that. But in this film, I was like, yeah, maybe I have done it in this way, and I'm not feeling good about it. Because she's an actor, so she says, it's okay, fine. This way you have done it, I said, it's good. But her good also, anybody's good was not working for me that time, because I was really upset and, disgusted with myself. But let's see how has it come on screen or not, that you will see on 22nd April.
Okay, so as family is always there with us, so after the trailer came out, what was the response, especially your wife?
Yeah, because she has seen the film now, because she heard the whole narration also from me. Every day I used to narrate all the scenes which I have done. And finally she saw the film also, and she said, in spite of knowing the whole story and scenes, dialogue by dialogue, but still I loved the film. And one thing she always says, whenever she likes my work, she said, I'm very proud of you, you are growing. So I think that those few words of encouragement are enough for me to progress more and work more harder.
Okay, sir. So how do you see the South industry coming back to India? And you were the opening batsman from the South industry.
I'm the opening batsman, or I'm the culprit?
Yeah,
it's a matter of discussion.
The kind of voice you gave to the Bahubali, still people loves you for that. So how do you see South industry?
Well, it's good. I don't consider that's a different industries. We are the one nation, and all the industries combined is our industry. Now and before also, the actors from South used to work in Bollywood. From here, people used to go to South industry, used to work there, and not just South but every industry. Bengali also we worked, and so I think it's a combined effort. I just want that industries what bad phase it just went through, I think whatever films are working, I think it's encouragement for the industry, for the theatre owners, for the exhibitors, for actors. So I think it's good for the industry, and I'm really happy that if people like me, what I did in Bahubali, and hope to serve them more in future endeavors.
Okay, so as you just said, it was a small bad phase, and after that small lockdown bad phase.
That's what I'm reading about the COVID times when theatres were shut, no films were made, and the future was looking very dark. Unfortunately, we just fought it out, and now we are here. We are working, and big films are releasing, and they're earning 1,000 crores on box office. It's a great time for the industry.
And then the lockdown came, then the OTT platform got high, and now the cinemas get back in the track. And how do you see the movies? Do you think this is the perfect time for your movie to come up?
I think it's a perfect time because people started going to the theatres now, and they are craving for good content. And our film, particularly, it's a fantastic content. I feel I haven't seen such kind of film in a long time. No, it's for so-called. It's not a big film as such. What we call big films are, but yes, it's a big film in terms of content. It's a very big film. So I think I want all the people, especially youngsters, and their parents, to watch this film, and they'll understand what I'm talking about.
Lastly, what kind of message you want to give to all the audience?
I'm very happy that in last few years, I think you have showered a lot of love on me, and my efforts are always there. I promise you that I'll keep working hard, and just pray that please keep showing that same love, or maybe more than that, in my future endeavors.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, guys. So the trailer looked quite amazing. You have to look here.
Okay.
The trailer looked quite amazing. The roles are different. The genre is different. In 10 days, after 10 days, it is going to release. So how excited are you guys?
वेरी वेरी एक्साइटेड ऑफ कोर्स बहुत मेहनत की है इस फिल्म के लिए और बहुत ऑनेस्ट फिल्म है और जो ट्रेलर देख रहे हैं सबका रिस्पांस भी अच्छा आ रहा है इन द सेंस द बेस्ट पार्ट अबाउट द रिस्पांस इज दैट रियल लग रहा है सब कुछ आई थिंक सो रियल चीज़ें ज़्यादा अपील करती हैं लोग ज़्यादा रिलेट करते हैं सो आई थिंक दैट इज़ वर्किंग सो आई एम सो ग्लैड
What do you want to say?
10 days, so I'm very excited, I'm very nervous, I'm very anxious, very like Siddhant is saying कि हमने बहुत ही प्यार और बहुत ही ईमानदारी से फिल्म बनाई है, so I really hope that the audiences go to the cinema and watch our film and appreciate it. We've put in a lot of hard work, and it's something different, it's something that I believe that people haven't seen before, and it's something very relevant to our times. Yeah, I just really hope you guys like it.
Tell us something about your role.
Yeah.
We saw in the trailer the innocent couple who got love, and there are so many things went back. So tell us more about your role.
यार अबाउट द रोल इट्स वेरी रिलेटेबल मुझे याद है जब मैंने पहली बार एक कहानी सुनी तो कुछ कहानियों में आप खुद को बहुत जल्दी ढूंढ लेते हो सो इस कैरेक्टर को मैंने खुद में बहुत जल्दी ढूंढ लिया थैंकफुली बट टास्क वो नहीं था टास्क था उस कैरेक्टर को समझना उसकी लाइफ को समझना बिकॉज थिंग्स गेट रियली इंटेंस जैसे आपने ट्रेलर देखा होगा सो दैट वाज द टास्क एंड देन आई थिंक दैट इज़ वेयर द प्रेप फॉर एन एक्टर कम्स इन so that all just sails not so smoothly. It was really painful, but then that pain also had a lot of bliss. So I had a good time working. Yeah.
What do you want to say?
My character?
Yeah, about your role.
Neha, she is very different to Vedika, so I think that was my task initially, trying to get into Neha's character, and she's very different. She comes from a small town. She's very reserved and introverted, and I'm quite literally the opposite. Also, my role requires me to, most of my acting comes from reacting in the film. As you guys will see, I don't want to ruin it for you now, but and it's a very challenging role because the whole story is very intense. But Neha is a very strong character at her core, and I think that's what I was able to relate to, and I would like to believe that women generally find that strength within them and the courage within them that we all have, Neha's she's cool. She's very cool.
What is the one thing that you like about Neha character?
Her strength, I think her strength, her resilience, I think to go through the night that Neha's gone through.
स्ट्रेंथ दिखा तो सही
बहुत है यार strength मेरा. But what was I saying? She's very resilient. She's very resilient. She's strong. She's gone through something that no one would imagine having to experience in their life. And I think the manner in which she comes out of it says a lot about women generally. It says a lot about the kind of person you are, and I think it says a lot about the kind of belief that you have in yourself, which I think is very important for human beings across the board.
In the end of the trailer, there was one line, क्या हुआ था नेहा को उस रात? So people asked you
उस रात गाड़ी में क्या होता? हाँ यार, सबसे ट्रेलर आया सब ये पूछे गाड़ी में क्या होता, गाड़ी में क्या होता, ऐसे मतलब वो बता दूंगा तो फिल्म देखने का मतलब क्या होगा? It's not just that, it's about, I think this film is more about relatability. लोग जब फिल्में देखने आते हैं they want to get lost in the stories, और इसीलिए फिल्में बनती भी हैं because ये जीती जाती कहानियाँ होती हैं. And because this story, this subject is very relatable, I hope also because cinema has a lot of influence on people's lives. So I hope that happens. I hope, and वो होगा because the film is very pure, I feel. So I just can't wait for it to release now. You know, mindset होता है ना, अभी 10 दिन रह गए हैं release हो, and people should watch it because end of the day this is a work that is for people. So देखते हैं.
पर जाकर देखना कि गाड़ी में क्या हुआ था.
हाँ, गाड़ी में क्या हुआ था और भी
बहुत
और भी क्या होगा.
क्या होगा.
How did you got this role, and what is the one thing that you look forward for the Neha, and you told yourself that I need to do this role?
I auditioned for this role. I did multiple auditions actually, and it was quite an interesting audition process. It wasn't like your regular audition process when you go to a casting director's office and you just do the scene, you know. हमें गाड़ी में बिठाकर अंधेरी के पीछे वाले रास्ते में लेकर गए थे. And I was auditioning with somebody else. फिर सिद्धांत आके टपका यहाँ पर. But we had gone, and they actually conducted a lot of what the film is about in that audition process. And I'm not gonna lie, when I got the scenes to rehearse for the audition, I was like, क्या है ये, हाँ ठीक है जो भी है. But when I actually did that audition process, at that point I realized that the producers, the director, they were looking for something very specific. And so initially it was like वो चुल रहती है ना अंदर कि मुझे करके दिखाना है कि मैं करके दिखा सकती हूँ. So I think that was initially what my motivating factor was. But after that, I think the part of Neha that really did speak to me was the message at the core of this film. The thing I was saying about, you know, having resilience and strength and courage. And yeah, like he was saying, I do believe that films are a medium for change, and they have a lot of influence over people and how they approach situations in life, and I would very much like to be a part of that change.
And how was your experience working with Andsharad Kelkar? So we know Andsharad Kelkar has a good voice, hard voice. So what do you want to say about him?
यार एक्सपीरियंस बहुत अच्छा था because he's a very experienced actor. So Sharad, Kishore sir, Bhumika ma'am, I mean all of them carry a lot of experience, which is very helpful because when you do a scene or especially when things are intense and you're in that space, you need someone जिसके साथ वो conflict आगे बढ़े. It's all about when you go into a scene, it's all about just leaving yourself and see where the scene is going. वो जो एक unplanned space होती है, that is the beauty of this work, I feel. And that only happens when the actors are really, really good. So that really helped. Also, शरद के साथ एक incident हुआ था मेरा. मैं अपने zone में रहता था यार because my character required me to be in that space, that whole space that I was in. वो मैं फिल्म के बाद बात करूँगा क्या स्पेस थी, बट एक सीन था ट्रेलर में देखा होगा जब मुझे थप्पड़ मार रहा है. सो मैं अपने स्पेस में था एंड आई वाज लाइक तू सीन चल रहा है तो मुझे मार देना थप्पड़. एंड ही सेड कि नहीं मारूंगा, ऐसे तू मार देना यार, मैं बोल रहा हूँ तू मार देना. एंड ही सेड मैं नहीं मारूंगा, एंड बट ही डिडंट हिट मी. और तो मुझे याद है कि जब एक टेक में गलती से ऐसे उस सीन में ऐसे हल्का से ऐसे टच हुआ उसका, और मेरा ऐसे गर्दन ऐसे स्लो मोशन में राइट की तरफ गई और उसके बाद जब सीन ख़त्म हुआ और मैंने उसका हाथ मिलाया, मैंने कहा यार तेरी आवाज़ और तेरा हाथ दोनों बहुत भारी है, तो थैंक यू कि तूने नहीं मारा मुझे. So all those things यार, I mean if you know, you never know, things can go wrong जब ऐसे scenes होते हैं. I was in my space, so मैं उसको push कर रहा था कि तुम आते, but thankfully उसे नहीं मारा. So I think that's where you learn these little things, to not go overboard also at times.
I think he has very good balance, you know. When
Yeah.
watching the film, people would think that he really tortured us because that is what is happening in the film. But है वो अपना कैरेक्टर नहीं है. So between shots वो इतना मजाक करता था या कुछ ना कुछ कह देता था और बहुत हेल्प और गाइडेंस दी हमें. So it was a very good balance between intimidating us for the role and for what was required, and also having a really good time. So I would say that I had a lot of fun with Sharad on set, like a lot of fun.
I couldn't have any fun because मैं अपनी space में था for some reason. But then it's interesting जब हर actor का अपना process होता है, and when they collide and then something blooms. वो आप film में जब आप scenes देखोगे तो शायद ज़्यादा समझ में आएगा.
Thank you so much, guys. and all
Thank
the
you
best
so
for the
much.
movie.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Yes, sir. The trailer looked quite amazing.
Thank you.
And 10 days left. So how excited are you to?
मेरे से ज़्यादा एक्साइटेड हमारी जो यंग कास्ट है वो है. वी आर वेरी प्राउड ऑफ द फिल्म, द वे इट शेप्ड अप एंड ऑल दैट. तो वापस शुरू करें सर? हाँ जी, वापस.
Okay, sir, the trailer looked quite amazing.
Thank you.
There are so many things left back in the trailer, and young cast are there. Sharad sir is there. So many, and the 10 days are left. So how excited are you?
Very more than me, the younger cast is more excited, of
Yeah.
course. But yeah, we are happy with the way the film has shaped up, and looking forward to the audience's response on the 22nd.
And sir, you always comes up with something different when we talk about MS Dhoni and now this movie. There are so many different things. So tell us something more about this movie. What came up in your mind to bring such
The
kind
film
of
talks about a subject which all of us have gone through at some point of time. Whether it's you, him, or any one of us over here in this hall, we've all been subject to some sort of a moral policing in our lives at some point of time in our whether when we were growing up or whether in college or whatever. So subject was very close to my heart, and when we saw the original film, the Malayalam film, from where it is adapted, it had a very deep resonance. We could relate to that film, and from then on it was a simple matter of convincing Sashant to have a look at the film, to direct it for us, and here we are today.
And what made you to cast a new talent, give opportunity to the new couple?
That was the requirement of the script primarily. When we decided to start the film at that point of time, we wanted to cast these two characters in a way where anybody could feel relatable, and it didn't require anyone known or whatever. That's what we felt at that point of time, and we started auditioning. There were hundreds and hundreds of auditions, and then finally we decided upon Vedika and Siddhant. The whole film plays out between 5 main characters, the 2 of them, and then we've got Sharad, we've got Bhumika and Kishore Kadam. So it's a great ensemble. The 2 kids are new, but they have matched up to these experienced actors at every step.
And what was the one thing that you looked for this couple to cast in your role?
They have to look the part, number one. They have to look the part, and obviously then you're looking at that skill set. So auditions are done where they are. So in this case, after they were sort of shortlisted, they underwent through another round of auditions. So it was a cumbersome process, but we had to ensure and make sure that they are the right fit for the role. So after having auditioned individually, then they had to audition together, and that process was a cumbersome one, but then that's how you decide.
Okay, so after the trailer got released, did people ask you what happened that night in the car? Because the trailer ended up with that only. And did people ask you, sir, what happened?
आप पूछ ही रहे हैं अभी.
Yeah. Did people ask you my question on that?
No, when you put out a trailer, it's supposed to generate some sort of curiosity, and people know that the answer will be there in the film, so they don't have to ask me. They can come and see the film on the 22nd of April.
Tell us something about Sharad's roles, because we have seen strict policeman in the trailer. Do you want to say something about the
I can speak about Sharad the actor more than what Sharad is doing in the film. A terrific person to work with. I've worked with him in Special Ops, so I already have that experience of working with him. I felt that he suited the role very well. It's a very intense role. He took time to decide whether he wants to do it or not, but we were very sure that he should do it. It's not something that he's done before. So that was one of the main reasons why him and Bhumika were cast together, because it's very anti-casting. You don't normally cast them or think of them as a husband and wife. But that was the requirement of the project, and thankfully both of them agreed.
Does Sharad's personality and his voice made it very comfortable for you to cast him in the role?
Of course, no? I mean that's what you look in an actor, right? How the person looks, what's the skill set. So in his case, both, yeah.
And Bhumika ma'am is playing Marathi Mulgi character. This is fresh for her. So what made you to cast him in as a Marathi Mulgi, middle class Marathi Mulgi housewife?
Because when you're looking at a possible character, you want to cast someone new and fresh, rather than going again back to the same old people who've done those characters. So it's an interesting bit of casting, because it is fresh. She's willing to do the hard work and train herself in that particular language and the script and all of that. So and both her and Sharad, they look very different, and at the same time look like a very unusual couple, and they spar very well with each other.
Okay, so now the things are getting normal. People are coming back to cinema. Do you think 22 April is a perfect time to bring your movie?
We obviously feel so. That's the reason we are coming on the 22nd. It's going to be tough year for everyone, because 1.5 saal, we've been through it. There are lots of films that are ready. So all of us are aware that, it's going to be tough at the box office with the limited number of screens and the larger number of films that we have in hand. But there's no other option. It's not that, we'll ever, unless we get through this phase. And I just hope that people, turn up for all the movies and give them that support and encouragement that we've had over the years. And yes, as far the date is concerned, there's no other date, no better date than 22nd.
Okay, so what made you, because now the movies are mostly in OTT platform, because the kind of response OTT got after lockdown, it's very high. So what made you to select in cinema, not in OTT?
The subject matter of the film is such that it was intended to be a big screen film. And we are happy that it shaped up, and the way it's shaped up, and we are bringing it in theaters. The content and the subject decides what you want to do and where do you want to put the film.
Right.
हम लोगों ने कौन प्रवीण तांबे बनाई. It was direct to digital. It was made for the digital audience, and it got released on the 1st of April. Now this one was made for theaters. It's coming in theaters.
Okay, so in future, can we see more cricketers biopic, because Praveen Tambe got super hit. MS Dhoni, I don't need to tell about the response of MS Dhoni. Can we see more cricketers?
Let's see. I mean, if a great story comes our way, and if there's something new about that story, and if the story is better than these two stories that we've done, then why not?
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Love you.
Thank you.